Have you ever seen a speedrunner tricking it out at high speed, abusing game mechanics, draining every inch they can from their canvas of choice, wondered just how a player gets to that point of efficiency? If so, you might find your answer right here. Glitching is Art is a new series where we're going to explore the craft that makes that trademark side of speedrunning so special. Over the past few years, I've used the branding of Glitching as Art to document wizardry I, as well as others, find through a wide variety of games. This culminated in a handful of tutorials and even a website, but now it's time to take the idea even further. So what's the deal with the artistry of glitch hunting? What is it that makes the tricks tick, and how far can mechanics be pushed? Well, that's why I'm here. To share some of that mindset with you, whether it be for education or entertainment. Welcome to the Bugged Ballet. Cryptic Jackknife here, reminding you, glitching is art. The game we're playing today is more of a spin-off than a certified Yooka Laylee 2. Yooka Laylee in the Impossible Lair does away with the formula of 3D collectathons akin to Banjo-Kazooie, the style that got UK studio Tonics' Love Letter off the ground back in 2015. Of course, it's hard to forget what a success the Kickstarter campaign was, smashing their goals more than tenfold. A new adventure was funded largely due to high consumer trust and a team full of 90s rare veterans. Instead, this time around, they've aimed for another of the trademark rare styles, the Donkey Kong Country formula. In terms of speedrunning, Impossible Lair does something special to differentiate itself from the rest of the scene. The first level you get dropped in upon starting a new game is the same level you end the game on. After a brief tutorial, you face capital B for the first time before being thrown headfirst into a nightmarish gauntlet. Naturally, any percent runs never see a level other than the Impossible Lair. For today's trick though, we need to play in the context of an all Bs or 100% run, so eject yourself as soon as you enter the capital B fight. To frame the overworld, between levels there are items called tonics that you can equip for a variety of utility and cosmetic bonuses. Far and away the most useful are two that you can retrieve in an area you normally can't access until you have at least 101 of the game's 200 twit coins, needing completion of at least 21 of the game's 40 levels. Today, I'm going to show you how to do it after only beating a single one. Here's how it's done. When we get kicked out to the overworld, we need to do our single level, being Chapter 1, Capital Causeway. Sweep up the coins if you're going for 100%, and be sure to get somewhere between 230 and 240 quills as you do so. This will be important later. Once done, we're free to pursue our prize to our heart's content. Before we start though, everything involving this cube up until the beach area was found by Miles Tails Prower Fox on YouTube. Go check him out, he does some really great glitch work. So here's our cube. Place it with the right side lined up halfway between the edge of the pit and the line of the shadow. What you're going to do is pull the cube back so you fall into the pit. From here, the method I've been using involves timing a grab with a full jump facing down and right. The window is just a fraction after you land. Once you get it, hit the switch to lower the wall and continue forward. Sometimes stars do align and you can yank the cube over the barrier immediately, but I wouldn't count on it. To get down the steps, push it to the very edge, hold down and grab, then release and re-press grab at the very last moment to suspend yourself in midair. Move to drop down. Do the same thing on the last step to drop down to the ground level. Once down here, push the block over the central section of the pathway, then release and re-grab moving downwards. If done correctly, you'll slam against the wall and be propelled over the other side where you can set the cube at its destination. The cube becomes super stubborn if it gets into the central section, but you can shove it forward to get it around the corner, then run to the other side to weasel it into place. Before we take advantage of our cube, we're going to briefly do the loop after the first paywall for 3 specific reasons. The first is that you need to meet Vendi to unlock the ability to use tonics. The second is a decent chunk of much needed quills you can retrieve from a chest as you do the loop. And finally, once complete, you have a chapter 3 warp ripe and set up for when this is all over. Warp back to chapter 2 to move on. Once on the cube, you're going to roll up the slope by leaving the cube moving at an angle between west and southwest to avoid bonking on the wall. Once you reach the top, you're going to point straight down and hold a jump at the very last moment. The timing might take a while to get down, but be sure you don't get overzealous and clear the whole fence when you eventually do get it. Now that you're up here, turn left and roll into the wall, before doing a rolling jump to wedge yourself on top of the invisible wall, before starting to make your way around the edges. Before we go further, a note on these walls surrounding the beach. While some of the segments have low edges that you can escape from and recover, the vast majority of them are enclosed spaces you can't. Keep a keen eye on your character's shadow to ensure you don't need to walk back to chapter 2, hop up the wall again, waste a massive amount of time. Run your way down the eastern side of the beach area until you get to the southeastern corner. Here, do the same bonking momentum trick you did earlier to reach a higher platform, then cut diagonally across the structure until you land on the southern wall. Rest easy in knowing if you fall down, you can run back to this corner to get back out, then roll against the near slope to get back to the higher area. Make your way along the southern part of the beach wall, jumping only where the separators are. With the beach wall conquered, simply make your way around the edges until you reach this area just north of a hidden B. It's here where you'll drop through the floor near the southern edge and make your way to the final phase of this long and winding trick, the air swim. Impossible Lair's version of an infinite swim is a bit of an anomaly, because you aren't ever meant to actually swim when under the influence of Overworld controls. However, if you manage to enter water and escape past a surfacing trigger, your character will continually move upwards. While this is great for thumbnail bullshots and seeing how the world is connected, this technique's limited due to the extreme conditions you need to face to keep yourself below some type of ceiling. This fragment of wall here is key to this next part. Touching it will put you in a swimming state without a surface at the top. We want to use this, but we need to make our way over to the beach. So swim south to re-trigger normal conditions if you get caught early. Here you can see my character is on the lower surface of the beach, just at the shore of the water. Jump left and around until you get to the higher surface, then run up until you're on the other side of the corner pillar. Once here, jump up and left. Roll down and right to ensure you have enough speed to curve under the chapter 15 section without rising to the surface. You can indeed get under the beach faster, but what we need to make sure is we get under this line right here so we don't get blocked. Now we'll swim all the way north to this wall. You're going to swim at it holding directly up. The instant you get low enough, you're going to hold right sharply, then curve up afterwards to get under the frozen lake. This is to ensure you don't get caught in the scenery to the west of the lake, preventing you from continuing. Line up with the crack on the wall between the left side and the waterfall and do exactly 2 strokes north, then start swimming northeast to get around the paywall. Here we have another potential skip killer that can grab you quite easily if you aren't deliberate with your movement under the surface. With that done, you're going to move east and then you're going to move north once you get to Trouser to get to your target area. Swim against the brambles to be pushed under them facing right. After 2 strokes, hold up and right and wiggle yourself under the surface around the corner. This roadblock is particularly picky, so it pays well to have a consistent built-in setup that works particularly for you. To finish this off, we're going to be using these fans. Usually fans would just push you in one direction, but while under the surface, the fans will kick you a great length downwards. We're going to use this to move northwest to our break-in point, the Chapter 19 submap. Wedge yourself under the transitions hallway, then fall back and swim back towards the screen once the camera starts rising. And there you have it. Now all that's left to do is clear the secret area's general tasks and collect our tonics on the way. Make your way to the east first, doing the laughably easy puzzle skip by bonking against the wall, then complete the Pagey challenge. Make your way over to get the first of the prizes, run even faster. With that done, move back to the west, clear the Pagey over here, and break open the western cave to lay claim to the second target, roll even faster. The 2 tonics are now yours. Now that you have your tonics, they still have quite a large fee to unlock, 500 quills a pop to be exact. You'll want to get it in as few level clears as you can. For that purpose, we're going to enter the game's final, standard stage, Chapter 20. Scare Ship Stroll. As the name implies, the vast majority of the level is spent at the behest of a slow auto-scroll. With careful movement, you should be able to score about 320 quills by the end. This puts you in a position where you can unlock one of your endgame tonics before warping back. For ease, I'd suggest roll even faster, as it is generally easy to control on its own compared to the running boost. Of note here, there is a much easier variant to the final stages of the air swim that involves ducking into the first corridor from the ground level. The problem with this is that you need to do an extra Pagey challenge and a rather finicky block puzzle to get back up to Chapter 19 eventually. Now we're going to make the most out of your good old tutorial cube, so once again get up on the wall, cross the beach and start your air swim. At the crack in the wall we used as reference earlier, just beam straight as an arrow to get past the cliffs to the other side. There are a few reasons to do this now. For one, a smart entry into the cave will land you right on top of the tonic without needing to muck about in the room's puzzle. Also, by tagging Conveyor Chaos and Hazard Hangar on your way around, we can skip needing to do the Pageys at either side of the elevated area. The 2 most important purposes for this detour lay right at the end. Grab Run and Roll Faster, the much weaker versions of the tonics we just got, so you can lay a Roll Faster into your 3rd slot to give yourself even more movement speed later. Now smash the chests on the lake for a nice summer quills and we're done. Warp back to Factory Fright. With your Roll Even Faster tonic equipped, you will notice immediately how much faster you're moving. By using this quill bonus while you ride the elevator, you should be able to get around an impressive 280 even with the 20% quill penalty. Now you can stick your Run Even Faster tonic on and really start flying. Smash ahead until you hit your big payday, the frozen slide at the end of Frantic Fountain's Frozen variant. You're officially at top speed, nearly half a campaign earlier than intended. There is but one roadblock left on your journey to completion, being the 3 quill tolls scattered throughout the world, needed to activate various levels. I'm happy to declare only 2 of those tolls are actually necessary, as the white key in the desert can be skipped. Make your way over to the roof with the smoking chimney on it and angle yourself diagonally while stomping into the corner. With some luck, you should eventually clip through the ground, allowing you to enter the shed. Now, jump across the pipe to get the tonic on the east side, push the pipe in a place to start the chain of events to access Urban Uprise Updraft, and extinguish the chimney with the waterberry in the corner. Now you can get on top of the chimney and continue as usual, grabbing the nearby hidden bee before gaining access to the Ropeburn Ridge hub area. And that's the glitch. So as I ramble the remainder out here, I'm just going to show you guys two clips to emphasize just how much these tonics boost your speed. Like 2 competing ILs, one with 3 tonics, one with none, nearly 30-second difference, absolutely insane on a very short level like chapter 3 as well, it's just great. Also want to thank every one of you for coming out watching this premiere of Glitching as Art. I have many ideas to expand into the future with my love for glitches, but for now I just want to see what you guys think of the format as is. Too little, too much, too detailed, not detailed enough? Let me know what you guys would like to see. I'll happily look over some feedback as I continue to brainstorm. Be sure to check out the website glitchingisart.com for any new stuff in the future. A note to the people who've been subscribed for a while, I have a new Twitch channel. It is the Cryptic Jackknife. The. Very important. The last one got tanked due to inactivity because of my connection speeds and not streaming, so we got a new one, so be sure to follow there. We got more Sonic colors planned and maybe even some DKC as well. So yeah, now I'll just let the IL play out, I guess. So thank you once more, and I will see you next time.